back with another first in, first out review. This is another purchase I made in July of 2000. It's a 1998 DVD release of one of my favorite Clint Eastwood films, Eiger Sanction. Now, this has got a Blu-ray release, but I looked at the special. There's no special features on this, and there doesn't appear to be any on the Blu-ray as well. This film deserves to have a making of documentary because it's shot on location in the Swiss Alps at the Eiger Mountain. Eiger in German is ogre, and apparently this is one of the most treacherous mountains in the world to climb. Basically what you have here is Clint Eastwood plays a hitman, a retired hitman, now turned college professor named Hemlock. And his former boss, the albino named Dragon, wants him to do another hit. And the hit involves going to Switzerland, and potentially having to climb the Eiger Mountain to figure out which one of the climbers is the guy he's got to put the hit out on. It's a really, really good film. I love this film. Thayer David plays the albino Dragon. He was also in Rocky. He was the boxing promoter in Rocky. He was good in this. But I'll tell you who makes this movie is George Kennedy and Gregory Walcott, who plays Pope. Pope is kind of the inept. He's also works for the government. He works for Dragon, but he's kind of the comic relief, inept government agent that's kind of always busting Clint Eastwood's chops and picking at him. It's basically comic relief, but it works, and it really works, I think. And then George Kennedy, who plays Ben, he is Clint Eastwood's old climbing buddy, who also has some connections to this hit that's going on, unbeknownst to Eastwood, or Hemlock in this case. George Kennedy is basically going on. He's the groundsman for this climb on the Eiger, and he basically has to train Hemlock to get in shape. Every scene, George Kennedy just eats the scene. Eats up the screen. Just chews the scenery. He's got so many great one-liners in this thing that just they're endless. It's almost a comedy in a way. It's just because of George Kennedy. He's fantastic in this. This is the film that introduced me to the famous line, "Deader than Kelsey's nuts." I just love that. George Kennedy. So what the context is, Clint Eastwood walks up to Ben, and Ben's saying, one of the guys that was tailing you, Miles Mello, they found him out in the desert, deader than Kelsey's nuts. It's the delivery is the important thing, and George Kennedy can deliver these one-liners that's just hilarious. But it's a great film. It's a great action film. Clint Eastwood trained for months in Utah and Arizona climbing, and all the footage of the Eiger and the Swiss Alps apparently was real stuff. And Clint Eastwood, even the epic ending, when they're basically a spoiler. If you don't want to hear this, so I'd stop it now. But basically, they fall off the mountain and they're hanging by a rope strap, and Clint Eastwood did all that. It was for real, and it looks real. I was like, how the hell did they do that in 1975? But it was real. Very impressive stuff. There was also a tragedy apparently because of they were taking small cameras up the mountain to film all this stuff right there in the Swiss Alps. And a tragedy occurred during the production. One of the expert climbers got hit by a rock and was killed. So this movie, this movie was quite a adventure for the director, Clint Eastwood, and in terms of being the lead actor as well. He put a lot of his heart and soul in this. That's why I say it would make a making of documentary. I would love to see that. And I don't know, maybe one of the box sets of Clint Eastwood's films might have it. I took like I said, I took a cursory look to see what was available on this film currently. And the Blu-ray out there is a Blu-ray, but it doesn't. I can't tell whether it's got any special features or not. So if anybody knows where there might be some special features, audio commentaries, and a making of on this film, I would be particularly interested. You could leave that in the comments, and I would appreciate it. So yeah, that's the Eiger Sanction. I would say that's a 8 out of 10, probably 9 out of 10 personally. I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, Eiger Sanction, I highly encourage you to do so. Give it a shot. It's one of Clint Eastwood's early directorial roles, I think right after Play Misty for Me. And yeah, great movie. So there you go. Another one down. Thanks for watching.